Hi, today we're in Cass, obviously, if that wasn't clear, mostly because I saw QWERTY do this thing a while ago where she made 3 different Sims. One was vanilla, one was Max's match, and the other was using alpha. And I was like, I can do that, and it looked so cool. So here we are, we're gonna do it anyways. We're starting off with the base. Yeah, so I took out all of my CC. Why was it such a struggle to take out all of my CC? Twice I had to go back in there because I'd forgotten something, but then I'd also forgotten to add my more columns in, and I just gave up at that point because you know what? It's whatever. So we're 2 columning it. I don't appreciate 2 columns, but here we are. I swear, when this goes fast, it looks so cool. It looks like it's effortless. I don't think I've ever made a base this fast, but here we are doing it anyways. I have to be so real. I actually really enjoy making Sims without CC. I know. Not like on a regular basis, okay? Don't come at me for this one. But I swear it's just because there's so many options when you add in all the CC that it just becomes overwhelming, and it takes me 5 million hours. I can make a sim with no CC in like 3 seconds. Well, I mean, based on this video, it's clearly not 3 seconds, but you get what I'm saying. You do, right? Right? Not along with me. The one thing that I do really hate about making a sim with no CC is the lack of skin details. Like, this is all I get. It's just freckles and moles and like vitiligo, but really? And then I always end up going and looking in the browsing section like that, even though there's absolutely nothing and there's never going to be anything in there. The one thing that I do think that the CC market is lacking on is the number of like body skin details. There's just not that many, right? Like all of the skin details and body section seem to be the EA ones. Why do we not have more CC body freckles? As a freckled body person, I personally feel like we should have more of them. But also, I decided that I was going to give her some tattoos because, like, I don't know, I feel like there's a big difference between EA tattoos, which they've actually started to work on. Don't get me wrong, okay? And Maxis tattoos and alpha tattoos can also be very different, but at the same time, I was having trouble when we got to that point of, like, what is actually considered Maxis and what's actually alpha. In a lot of aspects, okay? But we gave them some anyways. And then they're not going to look the same. Don't get your hopes up when we get to the other section, because you're just never going to get the same exact tattoos or the same style. But yeah, after we put on the tattoos, I was like, I didn't even give this girl hair. So here I am trying to figure out all the hairs. Again, we're hitting the 2-column struggle because I can't see all this. I'm blind. I wear glasses. I can't see what's going on here. So I just was going in blind. Also, I don't ever really make vanilla Sims. That's a lie. But I rarely make them. So I was going through and looking at all of them like, oh, I haven't seen this before, and I haven't seen that before, and I haven't seen that before. Girl, I bought the packs. Like, who bought the packs for me? Me. I bought them. So what am I really using them for? Well, I guess build by. I'm a big fan of that. But even then, it's really questionable. Also, this is a big petition to give us more fucking makeup. Give us more makeup. Because really, we still only have 4 different eyelashes. There's really just 2. Because 2 of them are top eyelashes and 2 of them are bottom. So really, it's just 2 pairs of eyelashes. Please. I feel like I'm not asking for much. You give us 2 crummy little eyelashes? Give me more. Anyways, I also am not a big fan of the lipsticks. So, if we could get on that, maybe like, yesterday, this new pack better come with some new eyelashes. In fact, fairy eyelashes, oh my goodness, don't even get me started. EA is going to do it wrong though. They're going to do it wrong, but I'm praying that they give us something good. I mean, if they don't, then I know the little CC creators for sure are going to give us some good little fairy eyelashes. And then, like, The face paint I'm already looking at looks so cute. I never use face paint. I don't even know why I'm talking about the face paint. The only face paint that I use is this one from Lovestruck and the little base game one that they gave us from, I'm pretty sure it was a Harris Brittany, right? A hoop gave us the CC one, but it's through EA. You know what I mean? And then the piercings. Like, can we get some more piercings? I'm just saying, when we get banned, and listen, I'm saying when, because we better be getting bans, then I better be seeing some more piercings. Because these piercings are so giant and clunky. We got one recently in that little kit, but I swear that was like a year ago now. The black kit. The only black kit that we've gotten. The one that had Ebonics on it. That one, right? We got the nose and the septum. The double nose piercing in the septum. That was cool. I like that. I want more of that. Please, if you're listening to this, I want more of those. Anyways, we're on to the clothes now. I was having a hard time trying to nail down the vibe. And then I got the vibe, and then I was like looking for the clothes. It was just hard to find exactly what I was looking for when we came to the clothes. Fun fact, I already did this. I already recorded one of these. And then I lost everything but the vanilla version. So, yeah. Also, there were just so many options that I was like, ooh, I could go with this or I could go with that. Also, another petition, stop giving us skinny jeans, okay? Skinny jeans were a thing a while ago. I haven't seen anybody out in public wearing skinny jeans in a hot minute. Don't give me another pair. Do not give me another pair of skinny jeans. The nails? Yeah. We could go for some more nails too. In fact, just give me more of everything. Give me more of everything. That was the only thing that I really had to take away during my little vanilla sim, was that I just needed more options. Also, when I was making my first sim, I realized we don't have a single pair of fishnet tights in this game. They did not give us a single pair of fishnet tights. I was looking up and down and scrolling up and down, so confused, because I swear that we had fishnet tights. We don't. There's no fishnet tights in the whole game. The only fishnet tights that we do have are from CC creators. Fantastic, give me 20 more of them, but make them in a pack. You hear me? I feel like that would be so cool. Anyways, this is my little vanilla sim. Finished. She's looking so cute, right? I don't know what I was doing here. But yeah, you love her. Don't lie. She's so cute. Oh, I think the one thing that I did was just change her hair color because it was like that bluish black and it was making her hair look gray. Anyways, on to the next. Here we got our Maxis match sim. So I brought my CC back in and look at that. We got 6 columns again. We love to see it. Now listen, when I make my CC sims, I feel like half the struggle is picking out their freaking skin details. You know how long it takes me to find a skin detail that I actually like? And then for some reason, I'm like, you know what? One isn't enough. We got to fill it all up. We got to fill up every single section that there is. And then I get to the end and I'm like, well, now I want more because I'm thinking of something else that I could go with. I feel like it's enough slices. And yet, it never is. Oh yeah, but I did give her a name when I went to go save her to the gallery. Not that her name is important. I don't even know. I mean, I might play with her. I might add her to one of my saves. I feel like it would be so cute to add this in one of my saves. Anyways, you see my indecision here? Also, I'm going through because I'm like, oh, I don't think I've ever seen this before. I do it every single time. Here I am downloading CC like a mad, crazy woman. And here I am going through like, oh, look at this. Like I wasn't the person who was CC shopping. Who was CC shopping? Well, to be fair, a lot of the CC that I get is not, I'm not the one CC shopping. Somebody's just sending it to me. Or I get it when other people give me their sims and then I'm like, oh, okay, here we got more CC. Do I need more CC? No. Well, this thing is at like 126 gigabytes. And I guarantee you that a solid 115 of them is just cast CC. What? And then I can't find what I'm looking for half the time anyways. I think the thing about cast CC is that it always follows the trends. Which, don't get me wrong, like, trends are great. But, like, do I really need my elder sim in a crop top? No, I don't. I would love, like, a little... You know how they made the little elder focused cast kit? that was ugly. I didn't buy it. But if they made a CC cast kit for it, I would have bought that. I would have bought that, especially if they collaborated with somebody. Anyways, I'm constantly on the hunt for something for elders because I got the same little 3 simple skin details I put on them. Maybe there's more than like 3. Okay, maybe I'm being dramatic. I am. But there's only like 3 of them that I end up using. Plus, then you only have like 10 outfits that I can choose from because so many of them are intended for like my young adult and teenage Sims. My Sims age, right? Do your Sims not age? Because I want more. Maybe I should just solve my issues and become a CC creator. It's not going to happen, okay? I am a hobby hoarder, a hobby collector. A hobby collector sounds nicer. So when I go ahead and I decide, let me do this and that and the third, I don't manage to stick around for anything. Actually, the other day I was trying to figure out how many different hobbies that I do, and the number is staggering. It's overwhelming. It's insane. I should really like figure out how to tame some of these hobbies down. But you know what? We live. Because some of them are like winter hobbies, and then some of them are summer Do you really need to hear about all my hobbies? We're doing a cast video. Let me shut up. Can you tell that I've had caffeine today? Anyways, I went to the car dealership after I said I was going to quit coffee, and they were like, here, have some free coffee. And I was like, okay. So clearly, yeah, I have unquitted coffee. That sounds like the right word. Finding the right hair to match the vibe of the EA hair was extremely hard for me to figure out. I went back and forth on like 50,000 of these because so many of them were just like, this is not the right vibe. This is not exactly what I'm looking for. And I still couldn't find the exact thing that I was looking for. I ended up finding like the closest possible thing. But I think that when I went into this, I was like, oh, I'm going to find something with ease that's going to match. I did not. Anyways, I'm oh so sorry if you're actually listening to this voiceover instead of just muting me because I have a cold. I've had a cold for like ridiculous time. And I was just like, you know what? At some point, I just need to suck it up and do the voiceover at some point. It's just got to happen. Otherwise, it's never going to happen. So here I am. I probably sound all stuff and nasally. And you're listening anyways. I love you for that. You're amazing. Don't let anybody else tell you otherwise. Thank you so much. But this hair, I don't know why I put it on. And it looked so bad on her. And I just kept it on. And while I'm searching for other things, don't sweat, okay? See? We've already changed it. We're good. See? It's okay now. And then it was back. But we changed it. We found the right one. It was there all along. I swear the first hair that I always pick ends up being the hair that I really end up loving. And I just got to go and look and make sure that none of the other ones are ever going to beat that. When it comes to makeup, I swear, I always need more makeup. And then I'm looking because, like, I download more makeup. And then I'm like, well, this still is not, it's not right. It's not enough. None of it is ever enough. So what I really need to do is, like, say to myself before I go CC shopping, I need this, that, and the third. I need to make like a grocery shopping list, but for CC shopping. That would be so smart. I'm so genius. Let me write that thing down right now. The issue is that even when I write it down, I end up forgetting later on. So we're going to see. I wrote it down anyways, that I need more makeup. But whether or not there will be more makeup the next time I actually go into CAS, that will be the question, because I start off with such good intentions, right? You start going CC shopping, I go and find what I'm looking for, and then I find something else and I'm like, oh, wait, this is cool too. And then I get completely distracted and discombobulated. And then I'm lost. I've lost the plot entirely. I'm in there looking for build CC when I originally started looking for lipstick. Girl, what are we doing? I think that the Maxis version was actually the longest one that it ended up taking me to redress, which is crazy that it took me longer to make the Maxis version than it did for me to make the one with the entire base included. Like, that's how long it takes me to look through all the skin details and be like, oh yes, this is the one that I want. That's concerning. Anyways, we're here, we're looking through makeup. Please, please, please don't get distracted, okay? I promise you, I'm gonna find the right makeup at some point. And then you're gonna be like, oh wow, this is so beautiful. See, it's already looking so much better. Don't you agree? Yeah, you do, right? Right? Anyways, we're moving on. We got some little eyes going on. I was having a hard time with the eyes because, like, what exactly do you determine as alpha or Maxis eyes? You know? I just believe that they could be anything if you really think about it. The other thing is piercings. I feel like all of them are technically alpha. The only thing that I have like Maxis for sure piercings is like nose ones. But if you try and go for anything out of like the nose, like lips or eyebrows or anything like that, I swear it's all gonna be alpha technically. So we're gonna just pretend together, you and me, we're in our little, Delulu land, and we're gonna pretend like the eyebrow piercing and the nose piercing are 100% for sure Maxis, right? You're with me here, right? And I put earrings on her in every single outfit. Can you see them? No, but apparently I spent a lot of time looking for the earrings anyways. And if you felt like this was not long enough, now don't forget, we still have to do tattoos and clothes. So I'm looking for the tattoos. We're just going to find whatever I vibe with the best. And that's just going to have to suffice. Because a lot of this is not going to be exactly accurate to the way that the vanilla one was. It's just going to look pretty. And it's also going to have a similar placement. Is it a sleeve? Yes. Do we mind that it's a sleeve? No. It's just good, right? And I also forgot about the fact that she had a back tattoo in every single version, except for the vanilla version. So the back tattoo is going to stay as it is the entire time. And that's fine. This is why I like having a mirrored cast background, because then I need it. But then it's not as good for screenshots, because I like taking screenshots of every single sim that I'm making casts. But they don't turn out as well when you have a mirror in the back. Look at that. I even looked at the back tattoo, saw it, and then I still didn't replace it. My little ADHD brain does not know how to focus on a singular thing ever. So sad. This is the same thing as how I've been trying to make a build video, and then every single time I go in there and I start building and then I forget to actually hit record. I'm like, ooh, this would be so cute. I'm sure you guys would love to see this. And then I finish the building and I'm like, oh. I'm like halfway done and I come back to it. I'm like, oh, right. Yeah, about that. So I just have a whole bunch of builds. But I swear they're all cute. I promise you they're all cute. And I'm sure that like some of them are at least somewhere. I mean, a lot of them are on the gallery, to be honest. I had to do a little look-see just to confirm on what she was actually wearing, because at this point, it had been like 30 minutes since I made the first sim, and I was like, I need to figure out what the vibe is again. And then I had this very specific picture of what I wanted the top to be, and then I couldn't find the top that I was looking for. It just escaped me. I could not find it. So instead, I just settled on this, and then I kept on looking, because again, I find the right thing. And then I'm like, well, no, this couldn't possibly be the only thing. It is. It always is. I swear it would take an hour off of the time that I spend in cast if I just trusted myself in the first place. This is why when I go and take tests, I make the answer and then I don't ever look back over again. I don't care if you're the type of person who spends 3 hours on a test. That's good for you. I'm going to write my answers down, and then I'm just not going to second guess it, because as soon as I do, I don't get the right thing. Also, I have one more bone to pick with CC creators. And listen. If you're actually a CC creator and you're watching this, I promise you that I actually love you, okay? I just really would appreciate if we could tag our items appropriately. Like the jeans that don't fall in the jeans category, when I go to select the jeans category, I'm never going to see them, and then I'm never going to use them. And I want to use your CC more often, please. I'm talking this like there's actually some, you know what? If you are, thank you so much for watching. Send me more CC, please. But what I'm really saying is that I just really wish that the CC got tagged appropriately. So that way, I knew what I was doing when, because I swear that there must be more than like 3 pairs of ripped jeans in this entire game that I have for CC. You're telling me that with 126 gigabytes of mods in CC, that there's only 3 pairs of ripped jeans? There's no way. There's no way. There's for sure more pairs of ripped jeans. But I just couldn't find them, and I wasn't about to scroll through 5,000 hours of clothes in order to find 1 pair of jeans. You know what I mean? That would have just made this video take even longer. And I feel like we've already been messing around with this girl for long enough as it is. Watching this back all sped up is so funny to me because the things that I swear I don't take that long on, I'm clearly taking forever and a day on. But you know what? The nails, I swear, did not take me that long in real life. But they did. Apparently they did. Also, this is my little thing for Twisted Maxi. Twisted Maxi, if you see this, if you're a cast person, and I feel like you aren't, I feel like you're more of a build buy person, but could you give us like a better cast? Because you gave us like a better build buy, and it's beautiful and I love it and I need it in my game in order to function. I can't function without it. I can't. I will literally wait until that shit is updated to update my game. If you could just give us a better cast. Anyways, this is the finished CC sim. I realized that I did not give her a necklace, so I had to give her a necklace. And I swear, I don't know why, I like dressed her, did her hair, and then at the end I was like, oh wait, a necklace, haha. So I had to go back through and find the freaking necklace that I wanted. Anyways, now that she actually has a necklace, she is finished. Look at her. She's so cute. Is the vibe very different from the vanilla sim? Obviously. But now we're on to the alpha only sim. And this is where I'm struggling the most. Because I don't have a lot of alpha skins. In fact, I took 90% of them out of my game. Because I was just like, I don't use alpha skins ever. I think that they're ugly, low-key. I'm not trying to be mean to anybody who uses alpha skins. I just personally do not like the way that they look, and I don't like that you can't layer them. My favorite thing about Maxi skins is that at least you give them like a base, and then you can go from there. Also, I don't like having to color coordinate. That was why I took them out, because I can never find the exact color that matches my sim skin tone. And so many people do not figure, oh yes, people make black sims. Let me make their other skin tones than just like red and white. And then if they do make black skins, then they don't make the medium shades. I don't know. It just pissed me off so much that I took 90% of them out of my game. And some of them are still so good that it was so frustrating to take them all out. But it took me like a hot second because first of all, I had to find one that I actually vibed with, and then I had to find one that the color actually matched for. See, this is not the best of matches, but I was looking all and up and down and left and right, and I couldn't find anything that I really liked anymore. And then I couldn't really layer anything on top of that because it's such a thick mask that you can't put anything over it. It's just completely encompassing. Also, I swear 90% of the alpha skins are all in the freckles category, which means that I then can't really find any freckles to go on top. And like, what do you mean people can't have freckly skin and also alpha skin? That's frustrating. I want my sims to have freckles. They can't just be alpha. I swear I think that I kept a few of them, or maybe I removed them in my legacy save because that's my oldest save and that's where I used alpha the most. And then my taste just kind of changed a little bit, a wee bit. But that's my favorite little highlight, and I swear it doesn't really show up because what is there to show? It's already shiny and glossy on top, you know? Oh, these little eyes, ooh, I love them. I love those eyes so dang much. You could bury me with them. Me and my sims just, 6 feet under with those specific eyes. You know what I mean? Also, the other thing is I don't have a whole lot of hair, a whole lot of alpha hair. I have a lot of Maxis hair, but I feel like the G shade just messes with alpha hair too much. And I feel like when I look at alpha hair, I think Sims 3. And I also think hair that moves in the wind. But it doesn't move because Sims 4 didn't put in those graphics to make the hair move. Is this just turning into a rant? Let me stop ranting. Let me be nice. I do actually love this game. I do. Sometimes there's just things about it. We're going to move on past it. I did actually like her makeup for the alpha look significantly better, which makes sense because I feel like I do kind of tend toward the alpha makeup more than I tend towards Max's makeup, which is not reflected based on what I have, but it is reflected in my heart. That sounded so corny. Don't listen to me anymore. Just like mute me and turn on a podcast or something. Don't even listen to a podcast because you would still have to hear words. You should like mute me and instead you should listen to some music. Yeah. Actually, I've not listened to music in a hot second. Why? I don't know. But my friend just sent me 2 different tracks today and I was like, you know what? I should get back into listening to music instead of just listening to my own dang thoughts all the time, apparently. Ooh, yeah. Anyways, as far as alpha clothes go, me and alpha clothes are like this. We're real tight. Because I'm 100% a Max's mix girly. Like, you cannot pry me away from a good little, like, Max's hair, Max's base for the skin details with a little alpha on top. And then you throw on some little, like, Maxis and alpha clothing. That combo, I love it so much. And I'm going to keep on loving it until my game says, hey girl, maybe we should take a break, when they start releasing their like 3,000th pack, because you know it's going to happen at some point. This, like, the other thing was I just couldn't find the right vibe for top with alpha clothes though. Still, I just ended up having to go based on vibes and not based off anything else. Also, the other issue that I have with alpha skins is that you can't put the tattoos on top. Like, why did I click on 5,000 million tattoos and none of them were popping up? So I just had to keep on going and going and clicking and clicking and clicking. And eventually I found like a couple things, but they're not going to be as perfect as the ones that I had before, because they just weren't. The ones that I was really thinking, oh, this would be perfect for them, was not showing up. Again, this is me complaining about everything all the time. I just am really a hater, I guess. Unfortunately, it is what it is. It is what it is. But those simplicity rings used to be my best friend for so long, and then I was like, I feel like I've used these so many times that I should probably use something else instead. And then I started getting into other rings, but none of them hit the same. I'm so sorry, simplicity. I'm so sorry. I have come back. I have returned. We can be best friends again, because it was all me. It wasn't you. I promise. Also, there's no alpha socks really. Like, nobody makes alpha socks. I mean, there's like 3 pairs of alpha socks, and I chose them anyways because you can't see the socks. I put socks on even when I put my sim shoes on, regardless of whether or not you can see them. I know that some people don't. For some reason, that's like a big thing. I like that little added bit of realism. Plus, if you end up bringing your sim somewhere and they have a little no shoes policy, your sim's just going to be walking out with not a single thing on their foot. You're telling me that's normal? That people do that? No, that's crazy. I'm not trying to see anybody raw dogging the freaking pavement. Well, I used to do that when I was like in middle school, in elementary school. That was normal. We're not in elementary school. This is The Sims. Put some socks on your Sims. I'm sorry. Even if they're wearing shoes that are covering it up, I appreciate a good sock. Finally, though, we got a Sim that they actually had some space for me to give them some earrings. But yeah, that was my alpha Sim. And then I was like, you know what? Let me give myself a little challenge. Once again, let me give myself a Maxis mix sim. So I just took off all the things that I didn't really love as much, and then I did this. So I felt like I needed a little bit of both. I was actually surprised, and you'll see it too, that I ended up being like, oh, wait, this sim is mostly Maxis in the end. I did like some alpha skin details, and then I added in more skin details because apparently I didn't think that what I did the first time was nearly enough because I'm crazy like that. And then we did the makeup, and the makeup ended up also being mostly Maxis. So what was the point in having this last sim? I don't know, you tell me. I thought it was cute. You think it's cute too. I'm hypnotizing you. You think it's cute, right? Yeah. Anyways, as far as eyelashes go, I need more ones like the Northern Siberia ones where they don't clip when you have bangs on your Sims, because I can't stand that when they like whoop when you give them a little bit of a bang, you know? I need a bang, but I also need some good eyelashes. Anyways, at least I gave her a little alpha blush. She got like alpha highlight and alpha blush, and then I was like, you know what, that's about it. We got some little alpha lipstick. Right. It's totally Maxie's mix. Say it with me now. Maxie's mix. Maxie's mix. It's based off of like 4 things. That's okay. But because the clothes are all going to be Maxie's, because that was just the best combo that I could find that also matched what we were going for here. And I looked at them and I saw them and I was like, ooh, this is perfect. And then I could not be separated from them. And so I just kept them. That was it. That was it. I kept them the entire time. And I swear, like, finding this stuff the second way through is always faster for me. I should really start making multiple Sims whenever I make my Sims, because then that way I don't really have to worry about trying to find whatever I'm looking for. But I swear I only make one Sim at a time because it takes me 3 hours to find 5 outfits. How many outfits are there? You got the everyday, you got formal, you got the athletic, the sleep, and the party, and the swimwear, and then no, that's 8, because you got the hot weather and the cold weather. That's 8 outfits. But I did at least do something different the second time around, so we're gonna applaud me on that. And then I went through and I found the tattoos that I really wanted to use on the alpha sim, but then I couldn't use on the alpha sim because the alpha skin detail wouldn't let me show it. So I used what I wanted to. Yeah. And then I saw the fact that we had a back tattoo, and look at that. I actually finally replaced it that time. And I felt like the little tattoo popping up past the sleeve and up over the pants was so cute and so on brand. I feel like this is my favorite version of her. And it only took me 3 Sims to finally get to the point that I really liked. So funny. Yeah, but we're coming to the end where it's literally just like the socks and the shoes. And then I think I ended up giving her a necklace, but we'll see that in a second. I went to go give her some tights, and then I was like, I don't know if I like these. And then I was like, no, I actually do like these. So I kept them. I feel like I should have kept them for other Sims, the other 2 versions that I had made. But we're moving past that because the alpha version didn't even have little cuts in the places. It was literally just like, you know, ripped jeans, but no cut jeans. Yeah, I don't know. If you get what I'm saying, then you get what I'm saying. And if not, then that's on you. It's not on me for you to understand what I'm saying. I understand what I'm saying. Yeah. This is where I was finally like, oh, hey, she's not wearing a necklace. And then I went back anyways, and I just forgot about it. But yes, finally, this is what we're looking like. We've got our vanilla sim, and then we've got our Maxis only, and our alpha sim came next. Don't tell me why it took so long to load. And last but not least, we had our Maxis Mix Sim. And I do think that she did end up being my favorite of all three of them. So if you did like this, definitely let me know in the comments, and I would love to do another one of these soon because I feel like I really enjoyed this. So yeah, that's all. Bye.